All right, after you're done with audio, you've got your lighting set up, you've got your shot framed up, all that is left to do is for you to sit down, press record, and start talking to the camera. And so I've got some tips for you on how to deliver that script in a way that A, you sound like yourself and you're not cringy, B, you're gonna keep your viewers' attention, and C, you're not gonna waste any time. And so let's get into it. Tip number one is to not completely wing it. Look, you don't need to write a script line by line, but you're gonna need at least some bullet points because otherwise you're gonna be rambling over here, over there, and your viewers are gonna be out the door. I especially think it's important to script your intro and outro because for your intro, that is where people are deciding whether they even wanna watch the rest of your video. It's kind of like an audition. You have not secured their watch yet, so you better bring it. Otherwise, the rest of your video ain't gonna matter. And then for your outro, I feel like that's where people are deciding whether they wanna watch any more of your videos. So I always wanna script that really tight and driving so that I go out strong. Next, let's talk about teleprompters because they can definitely make it a whole lot faster to record your videos if you do write out your script line by line, which I totally do for these lessons, but I personally do not like using teleprompters because I feel like when I'm reading a line, I don't say it as naturally, and I can also see my eyes moving a little bit from left to right when I'm reading, which I don't love, and it does take me a lot longer to film because then I have to look at the line, I gotta try to remember it. Sometimes that takes several takes, but I feel like it's worth it because I feel like when I sound more authentic, that what I'm saying is more engaging for y'all, hopefully. But there are plenty of people who use teleprompters and they still sound great. And so if you're like, yeah, I'm gonna need to use one of those, then check out the resources below because I've got a few free online teleprompter apps listed there. This one's probably our favorite. You just paste your script in here, then you click play, and then you can adjust the text size and the speed as you want. My next tip is to look at the lens. You wanna make sure you're looking at the lens and not at your camera's monitor. I know it's tempting, it looks like a mirror, you need to check your face, but looking at the lens is gonna make sure that it looks like you're looking into the eyes of your audience, and that you're really connecting with them. And if you do use a teleprompter app, you wanna make sure that you put it right above the lens so that when you look at it, it looks like you're looking at that lens. My next tip is to reset your recordings. Before you press record, I want you to find out what is the max time that your camera will record for. Most DSLR and mirrorless cameras like this, for example, will only record video for a maximum time of about 30 minutes. And so that means that if we don't go back and reset that recording, then I'm gonna sit here and talk to thin air and I don't wanna waste my breath. And so I definitely recommend setting a timer so that you don't forget to go back there and reset your recording. I should also say you should check your batteries. Make sure you have a full battery before you start recording because that's happened to us too. Next up, I want you to clap between your takes. This is hands down my favorite hack for efficient script delivery. Y'all, I'm about to save you so much time. Okay, so if you're like me, then it's not if you're like me, it's like if you're like I. If you're like I am, not me am. If you're like I am, then you're not gonna say everything perfectly in one take. And personally, when I'm editing, I do not wanna have to go back and watch all the times that I messed up. That just wastes my time and it's kind of traumatic, to be honest. And so I have a hack to avoid this. I clap once if I mess up a line, and then I clap twice once I nail it. Then when I'm editing my footage, I just need to look for those double spikes in my waveform because then I'll know that's when I clap twice. So I'll know that all the audio before those double spikes is my good take all the way back until this single spike. And then, oh y'all, look at how many times I messed up this line before that. We don't ever need to hear or see that again. Bye-bye. My next tip is to repeat the end of your last line. When you're talking to the camera, you want to think about continuity. So just like in our cinematic sequence when we were thinking about what was the last shot and how is it going to flow into this shot, I also want it to seem like when I deliver the script that it was all said in one take and it just came out like that, even though in reality I'm filming it bit by bit. And so to make sure that it sounds smooth, a lot of times before I say a new line, I am going to repeat the last 5 words or so of the previous line. So if this was the last line that I just said, we use this power strip from Belkin that costs 35 bucks. Then I'd start my next line like this. It costs 35 bucks, and it even has holes so you can mount it to the wall if you need to save space. And so whenever I'm coming to the end of a line, I'm thinking about how I'm ending it, the tone that I'm using, so that I can repeat it in the same way and ramp myself into the next line. My next tip is to be enthusiastic, but to be authentic. I know that that is easier said than done, so let's talk about the style that you're going to deliver your lines in, because you want to get people hype about what you're talking about, so you want to be excited, but you also want to sound like yourself, right? Now, if you're a really extra person who is like always the center of attention at a party, then you're probably gonna be just fine. But if you're not like that, and I'm definitely not like that, then you're probably gonna want to turn your energy up a notch. You don't want to overshoot it and become one of those annoying YouTubers who's yelling at the camera and they're just so hyped that they've become this annoying caricature of a person. But instead, I like to pretend that I've got this really juicy story that I've been dying to tell one of my best friends, and I've had to keep it all in, but we're finally meeting up. I finally get to let it all out, and I'm so excited to tell her, and she's gonna love it, and that is how I want to deliver the line. Now, this is easier said than done, because if you're filming by yourself, then you're not really talking to a friend. You know, you're sitting in a room all alone, talking to yourself basically, maybe feeling a little bit like a crazy person, but I'm gonna need you to pretend, okay? I'm gonna need you to convince yourself that is not a camera, okay? That's a real person that I'm talking to. So like if I am saying a line and it's coming out cringy, let's say I'm talking about shotgun mics. Shotgun microphones are long microphones. Then I stop and I kind of close my eyes and I think, okay, how would I say this if my good friend were sitting right there and she just asked me about shotgun mics? Okay, so shotgun mics are long microphones. I guess they kind of look like a shotgun, and so that's why they're called that. And so asking myself, how would I say this if my good friend were sitting right there? That kind of snaps me back into saying things like a normal person. All right, my last tip for script delivery is to give it time. If you feel really awkward and like you just suck at talking to the camera, I want you to remember that all you need to do is just practice. Just be patient with yourself, because being natural on camera is not some gift that some people are innately blessed with or not. Having a camera presence is definitely a skill that you can develop. And if you don't believe me, just go back and take a look at some famous YouTubers' first videos and just see how awkward and nervous they were when they first started. And I promise you, it'll make you feel so much better. Alright, those are all the tips I have to help you if you're talking to the camera, but I did want to mention that if you're interviewing somebody on camera, I have a separate video that's on YouTube with interview tips that you might want to check out, and I've linked that in the resources below. Okay, now we're actually going to film the A-roll for our gear organization tutorial, and we'll see you back in the next video where we're going to start filming B-roll.